Okay, I know they say that, you should let out a video, once a week or a couple days a week, on a scheduled time, and I hope that we get to that, but this is such breaking news information, so new and so important that I just couldn't wait and say, okay, I'm going to schedule this to be released on Thursday and the next one on Saturday or next Tuesday. Now we're just going to get these out here. This is information that people who are using DNA from ancestry.com, they need to understand this information. Some of this, even when I made my video earlier today, I didn't completely understand it, but now that I do, it's worthy of a video in of itself. So right now we have a list of all the matches, and what I did today is I went and took advantage of the color codes, and there's a lot more since the earlier video. But here's the color code. So here's my mother, and so it shows it's on my maternal side, and she's got Perryman and Collins. So she's flagged for that group. And this is my father's sister on the paternal side. So that's the paternal, and it's got, the Brown, and it's got McFarland, because Dolly McFarland and Clarence Brown were her parents and my father's parents. So in doing that, I color coded, all the people, and we'll just scroll down quite a bit because you can see how this kind of plays out in this list. And I went down, and I did find that it only goes down to a certain point when you start doing the comparisons, but we'll talk about the comparisons in a minute. I uncovered a feature quite by accident, and I was clicking on the filters, and I noticed, see here it says common ancestor, common ancestor. And a couple of these people down here that said common ancestor, I didn't know how they matched me for sure. I had my suspicions because I knew that they were on my father's side or my mother's side, and I knew about where they were in the tree, but there was no definitive connection. So you add this filter to do common ancestors. Now look what happens here. This is really, really cool. So you get that all these say common ancestor under the tree. And so I was clicking on the tree. So I'm going to pull down to somebody that I didn't know. Here's Mike Keith. Only 53 centimorgans, fairly distant. He's a fourth to sixth cousin. No idea how he matched. So I clicked on this tree, and I looked and said, okay, well, this may be a bad example. It says Wilson F. Taylor group, so I know he's in the Wilson F. Taylor group. So let's go back and find another one here that we don't know. Let's go further back. Oh, we're gonna have to do the filter again because I just went back. So add the filter, common ancestors, and we're gonna scroll on down. Okay, Captain Kirk. I'm going to open a new tab so we don't have to go forward and back and go through this all again. So Captain Kirk, we got these names, and we got Adams, and we click on all these names, and we don't know for sure who he is, how he relates to our tree. We've got this Van Hook. I got William Van Hook and Minerva Van Hook, and he's got these others. Mine are in North Carolina. These are Kentucky, Tennessee. I don't see a connection here. We look at Jones, Virginia, Missouri, North Carolina, and I went and looked through every one of these, and I did not see a match of any names. Although Van Hook was kind of a rare name, so I had my suspicion that it was going to be in the Van Hooks. But now let's look at this common ancestor. This is really too close together, in my opinion. They need to separate that out and put a line under it. Look at this, common ancestors. It actually identified that we have David Van Hook and his wife Victory are our common ancestors. So I click on that to view the relationship, and it came up with this. This is our kinship. We are both related through David Van Hook. See, I went up through, Minerva and William and his dad William and David Van Hook. I had those in my tree. I didn't even know Robert Van Hook, a brother of William, even existed. I didn't have the brothers in my tree. But they knew that Robert Van Hook was a son of David Van Hook. And then Robert had a son, Robert Jr., who had Julia, married Robert Edward Smith, Garland Garvey Smith, and Captain Kirk. See, Captain Kirk is out there at 22 centimorgans. 22. That's fifth cousin once removed. There was no way I was going to find out how this person was related to me. It just wasn't going to happen. So this common ancestor let me connect on that. So we go some more common ancestors. Now, I'm going to cheat here a little bit. See, I got Captain Kirk marked as important because I had no clue, but that was an important line for me. And here's another one. And let's see what we've got. We got McFarlane, we got Brown. So this one must go on back. So let's see what our common ancestor with her is. Peter Maramoon and Obedience Reams. I can tell you, folks, that before today, I've never heard those names uttered in the real world, much less knew that they were my ancestors. And look at this dotted line. I don't have Peter Maramoon or his daughter Rachel or Rachel's brother Samuel in my tree. I don't have any of this information. But looky here, Samuel Brown, which I had in my tree, but I hadn't verified until today. If you see the video on Through Lines, you'll see how we were able to prove that. But Samuel's mother was Rachel Maramoon. I didn't know that. And her father, Peter Maramoon. And this is all now proven with DNA to a 21 centimorgan match, sixth cousin, someone that I never, ever, ever would have been able to match. It's just unrealistic. Their tree didn't match my tree. There's nobody common in our tree. They have Letice, Samuel, Peter. There's Linda's. Linda's tree ends right here at Catherine Morris. But Catherine Morris's tree matches someone else. See, K. Astor 231's tree. And their tree matched Mrs. Smith, who matched Teresa Watkins and Dennis's tree, who matched my tree. So it's taken mine at Samuel's 1, Dennis 2, Teresa 3, Smith 4, Castor 5, Linda 6 different trees inside Ancestry and stitched them together like Google does photos and made a tree for me that connects me with my DNA relatives. This is incredible. I'm telling you, I thought, honest to goodness, the DNA matches, with just the DNA matches and doing the comparison, when you click on somebody to show you what I'm talking about, you can go to here and, you see who you're related to and they're related to, and you view all the shared matches, and I could then color code them and say, okay, they're in these parts of the family. I thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread. But now, oh my God, this common ancestor tool, it has taken all of these people, and yes, you can see that, there's another one that some people are coming on here that weren't on there before. Look at this. Look at this. This is way down. 6 centimorgans. 6. Going again to the Peter Maramoon. 6 centimorgan matches to these people. I never. Peter had Tabitha, another sister to the one from Denny Hare 43. I don't remember if that was on there before. Folks, this is amazing. Get on Ancestry. Get on it today. Go straight up to where it says DNA and go to your DNA results summary and go to your matches and come up here, add the filter for common ancestor, and go through every one of them. And you will find breakthroughs in your tree you never knew were there to be had. And they're, it's easier when you're getting a first cousin, second cousin, third cousin. When you're getting out here at these distances, 20 centimorgans, 11 centimorgans, 8 centimorgans, all the way down to 6 centimorgans, which is the lowest that Ancestry even provides you on the results. I got some more 6 centimorgans. All I can say is, wow. Take some time. Check this out. check this out. This is amazing. Now, if your DNA matches don't look like this, then what you need to do is come up here to Extras, click on Ancestry Lab, okay? Extras, go to the bottom, it says Ancestry Lab. And it says new and improved DNA matches. And yes, it is. This is new and it is improved. So click on enabled and start finding stuff out about your DNA and your trees that you never ever would have found before today. Again, if you like this video and like to see more like them, click on the like button below. And also click the subscription button, and right next to the subscription button there's a bell. So if you click on the bell, it'll actually give you an email notification anytime I make a new video. So if you find these useful, click on those, and it helps me a lot. Thank you.